Hello and welcome to our first day at the UK Games Expo. We're starting with the pre-show, and first we have some prizes that were going to be dealt out. Some judges had voted for some different games, so that was what it all started with. And then we had the pre-show where over 200 exhibitors, they were showcasing all or some of their new games. And we are here and we will take you with us on our journey. For our first day, we're going to look at some of all of the new games. And we did have a technical issue with our sound, so it's not perfect, but I hope you will enjoy our first day at the convention anyway.
And we're just going to have a look at Hall 3. So over here we have the open gaming areas. It looks like they are open now. And in here we have tables for all different competitions that are going to be run, different events with different board games where you can compete against each other. And down here we have all of the games that are exhibited today, all the new games that the publishers they're showing. Our exhibitors have an overview of all the tables, and then we have an overview of all the ones exhibitors that are going to show off their games. Forbidden Jungle must be something like Forbidden Island, a new version of that type. Forbidden Forest, the Dama. That is a huge film. We have a closer look at Raider, the Viking Raider. This will be a bit in an overview. Kind of a word game. North Moon. So I think this must be an expansion for the game. People. What is this in the game? What do you think? And then we have it's moon. This is your craft. This is huge. There's going to get all. Something called roll camera. It's a bit dark over here. This is a very play. What? Yeah. Alright.
So if you was to just
what is this?
Have you heard of escape advent calendars?
What is that?
With the temptation of the black market, or will you save up? You want a game?
They have here, and they have.
I've got the app of it made also. So are you from a website?
What? And Dragon called Soul Mist?
Yes.
Soul Mist. Someone told me to look at this game. Wow, what is happening here?
This is Pandora Celeste. This is the CSS Pandora, and the crew has woken up to basically be told that there's something nasty on board, and the ship has engaged what's known as its emergency protocols. Problem is, those protocols are designed to protect the ship. They're not designed to protect the crew. So you've got to shut down the protocols before they kill you, and then get to where the ship's telling you to go. And when you get to where the ship's telling you to go, it triggers a big nasty which comes out of the shadows and chases you out of the ship. And every crew member at the start of the game gets to pick from one of two agendas that gets dealt out to them, each of which does different things. If you are Skins, who's the slightly dodgy company android, you have to pick a company agenda. So like that, you have to pick a company agenda if you've got one. So no one ever quite trusts Skins, you know. That's quite right in one of these things, you know. But you can do all sorts of things. You can be a guardian angel trying to protect the ship. You can try and rescue little ship's pet alien, Little Nasty, which is up in the aircon, searching out feral cats. Company scientist wants to get a specimen. Someone else wants to get smoking gun evidence that the company is up to no good. So you've got all these competing agendas, and all hell breaks loose. All bets are off. Everybody's basically running around the ship trying to fulfill their agenda and then get off in the escape craft as fast as they can.
Thanks for the overview. But the box really looks awesome. So it kind of folds out. So it's going to be the board. And then you have all the stuff inside.
This is our 3D board in a box concept, where this is actually the game box, which you open up, and then this card holder becomes the 3D aircon system.
Yes, that QR code will take you there.
And put it on, this modify it on top. And the cost as well, basically. So basically kind of go from, say, the first reaction to the three.
This is one of the games that I'm also interested in. They have a simple mini mysteries. And here we have another game I have on my list. Hello. And look at here, we have Earth, my number one. I still feel on the copy of this game. And I'm very excited
It's a 4X strategy game. It's called War of Civilizations. Okay, it's set in Earth 2050 in the backdrop of science fiction and climate change. You choose to play as any one of these 6 clan leaders. Each one has its own mystic ability. Okay, so this entire thing is basically there are new energy resources that are found, and players need to conquer this island of myth, which has unlimited resources. Okay, the game is a Kickstarter funded game, okay, and it's been designed by a 12th grader, my son actually.
Okay.
So you ready to shoot that again?
This is our chaotic worker placement game. So gone are your days of just placing out workers, getting resources. Very boring altogether. Now when you place out your workers, they might go wandering off by themselves, someone else might bump them out of the way, someone might steal what they're going for, but it's still a case of gather your resources, build your domes, and make the planet as habitable as possible for all your incoming animal friends.
Oh, they're cute.
This is Bumper Bots on Titan. This game is in kind of late prototype. We're hoping to have it out early next year if possible.
Yep.
And then we have Save Snowball, which is our escape room card game, where you're trying to rescue your adorable little bunny Snowball from an evil lab where she's been kidnapped.
Oh no!
So Shape Invaders is a 2-player game where you each control an enemy star fleet. The aim of the game is to knock your opponent's mothership out of the galaxy. The galaxy is the table. You knock it out into outer space. So the mothership, if it gets knocked out into outer space, can respawn in place of one of the shields. So each player has a mothership, 6 attackers and 4 shields to start with, and you take it in turns to flick pieces back and forth, trying to knock your opponents off the table. You can play it on any table, but of course for the convention it's really good to have the table with the gutters, and the UV lighting just makes it amazing. It's coming to Kickstarter early next year, and it's the sister game to Asteroid Dice, which is live on Kickstarter at the moment. This is what it looks like. So when it comes to retail, it'll be in this nice little box, and inside the box there's a bag, so you can just put it in your pocket and take it and play it any way you like on any surface, any table. Different tables give you an entirely different play experience, depending on the size of the table, the shape of the table. You can even add objects to it if you want to have meteorites and planets in the way of the shape you made of pieces.
Hi, so I'm Chris. I'm the designer of Zulu and also Unfringed, the publishing house behind Zulu. In Zulu, you are playing a wildlife park owner, and you are collecting enclosures, animals, and upgrades for that wildlife park. How you do that is you are picking and passing cards between you and your opponent. So you take one, pass it on, and those types of cards are enclosures with the brown tops, animals with the purple tops, and upgrades with the grey tops. Once everyone has their hand in front of them and has picked what they want, you then have to choose how to place those animals inside the enclosure. So how you do that is there are 3 things you need to be aware of. There has to be enough space inside the enclosure has to have the right habitat, and you can't mix fierce and friendly animals with each other. They score in different ways. You score every year, and your park stays in front of you across the whole year. You do that for 3 years, and the player with the highest score at the end wins the game.
100. Fill out these cards with symbols and roll dice.
Glad to meet you.
Okay, this one's coming out like for Essen. Yes, have you seen this one?
Oh, welcome, Benedict. Stranger, what I have in my hand. Anyway, these are the Story Master's Tales, a game that is easy to play for everyone from children to adults, solo to many players. All the games are fancy folklore adventures, and they have questions and QR codes if you can't be bothered to read it out yourself. So, for instance, the smell of smoke, ale and sawdust fills the air as you enter the crow's nest inn. And Johnny Inky, one of the British serving girls, make you feel welcome. But there are 4 choices to be made. You sit down, have a drink, you pass for some food, see if there's a bed for the night, or see if the innkeeper has any jobs, and so forth. Now, we have many here. We have Weirling Woods, we have Dracody Dungeon, Threadlaw Town, and Transylvania. And if the dark would visit Hotel London.
It looks like we have some big kittens. Spaniata.
Such a great not saying.
Are you sure?
Do you have any questions?
Yeah.
So it's a co-op game set in a cursed library. All the monsters and terrible things have come to life and escape from their books.
It's your go. You have 3 options. You can move one of your own deck chairs up, down, left or right. If you manage to get it at the end of the round onto an opponent's colour, you score a point, 2 for your own colour, and all of your customers want to be the centre of attention, so you get 4 points for the centre square. Now what will happen at the end of the round before you score is that the deck will tilt in a predetermined direction, and all of the unsecured deck chairs will slide 1 space. Now you can secure a deck chair down with a deck chair attendant, and you can also knock your opponent's deck chairs out of the way by using a piece of the iceberg. But crucially, you've got to get your deck chairs on the scoring spaces at the end of the round, and you've got an ever-changing pattern of scoring spaces which you have to navigate. This underpins the real strategy of the game and allows you to play quite passively or quite aggressively, depending on whether it's 2, 3 or 4 players.
When I see flower, I like to hear some noises. This is exactly the same, but with seriously surreal creatures. So if you're thinking, oh, these are too wee, too whimsical, too cute, too comical, here's some seriously surreal creatures that you try to identify them after some neat noises. I never mentioned a game about selecting 7 cards, speedily searching for synergies. If you like fantasy realms, but you think, I want this game to play in about 2 or 3 minutes, this is the game for you. So you're just grabbing cards. For example, Sensational Sam gives you points for having 7 creatures. Bezzy Basher, you sacrifice stuff. And some of the stuff might have musical notes, or eggs, or talk about the nature stuff, and you might be thinking about the pencils, or the glasses, or the eyes. How many eyes or arms do they have? Everything on the picture matters, so you've got to see it as quickly as you can.
Wait a minute. So it's Screwball Scramble 1 and then 2, and this is Screwball Scramble Level Up. They all link together, and the idea of the game is to get the ball bearing all the way through the maze and ding the bell at the end. To move the ball bearing up through the maze up to the first level, and then the idea is to move it across. You have to do it quickly because there's holes. Oh no!
Also pebbles and punches.
And you as well. How's it going?
Really well. Everyone knows how to say it. Like in our school.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Oh, chicken.
Oh my god, that's going to be sorry. That's a pair. I'm going to do that one because I'm going to feel flash.
Oh my! All over the place. Hvad laster han?
Yes! Yes! The end of the table! Someone is coming!
That's okay. In different shapes. Wow, they're really pretty. Some crazy giant guys. This is a huge queue for bring and buy games. So people they are going to bring their own games and they have to deliver them in here, and then tomorrow people they can go and buy their games, and the queue is huge. And in here they have you are going to get your tickets. This year you're going to do it here in Hall 3.